I'm going to do something a little different in this video to what I normally create. So I've started sharing some of my gaming content on my main YouTube profile. But there's something else I just wanted to briefly show people. It's something that I subscribe to, so it's an expense, but it's a choice I made. Now, not everybody's going to need to go down this path, but I think there's a lot of people that probably are just not aware, like, of how good the service is and the value for money, you know, and the options you have. So one of those is GeForce Now. It's run by NVIDIA. Now, anybody that doesn't have a background in like maybe PC gaming or tech, NVIDIA are like the biggest games, the graphics card company. So we have AMD, you have NVIDIA. So if you're building a PC, those are the two brands you'd have, and then it would go in a range for their graphics cards, and it's got out of hand. Back in the day, it used to be about £200 was the most expensive card. Now you're at nearly £2,000, or even £2,000. You can go even higher than that, depending. It is absolutely outrageous. So, like, let's just put a little bit of context into it to understand a little bit here. I'm not going to go too far. But I often talk about the fact that I do want to build a new computer because I'm running a gaming laptop, which is fine for the majority of games. But as soon as I want to record, it pushes the limits of my system. And sometimes it's just shutting down. It's doing my head in. Other games, there are limitations with it because of gaming laptops. It's the CPU that gets bottlenecked because it throttles the clock speed, so it doesn't hit it. So although it might get fully utilized, the CPU, like how much of it's actually being used, the speed itself drops, and that causes the frame rate issues and all sorts. So, of course, I want to mitigate that, but having a desktop PC again is the answer to that. But again, like, it's about £1,500 for me to build it. About that, it's probably more. So I'd be looking at a graphics card around the £800 mark, and then it'd be the rest of the computer for about £700. So that's the CPU, your motherboard, your case, your power supply, your RAM, your storage. Now, because I have bits and pieces I can put together anyway. But overall, yeah, you want a good graphics card. But that's £1,500, considering I have access to the games already, and it doesn't make sense at the moment, and it's not really viable. So what's GeForce Now? Like, what is that? So GeForce Now is actually NVIDIA, who make those graphics cards. So they come up with the graphics cards chips, and they've got little packages. One's free, which is quite incredible. So what these are, they're cloud gaming. So you pay the fee, and it'll do all the processing in the background for you. It connects so you sync and connect a few accounts. They allow, I think it's 5 different platforms. I think it's EA, Ubisoft, Battle.net, Epic, and Steam. Now, Steam is the biggest one. I just had a look. I've got 1,975 games on Steam. Doesn't mean I play them all, but that's since forever. You know, I'm 42, and I've had this account since the birth of Steam. You know, my very first game was one of the Football Managers. I used to play Championship Manager. It's a management game, and one year it was just, you had to have it on Steam, and it was a new thing, and that's what got me onto Steam. And then from there, it's grown. It's very popular. It's the biggest platform on PC. So people that are PC gamers will inevitably have a Steam account and a load of games. So what it does, it syncs your game catalog. Now, not every game's available to stream because the publishers and whatnot, they have to have a license agreement. They have to agree for it to be available on there. I don't know why they don't, but some don't. So out of my whole catalog, I think I've got like 500 games that are active, and that's not just Steam. That's across all of them. So my EA games, my Ubisoft, but it usually is the bigger titles anyway. So rather than my laptop do all the grunt work to run these games, which is all the hardware, and it's a powerful laptop, by using the cloud streaming, it literally processes and launches the game for you. So it does it. My internet's fast anyway. I'm not sure how fast your internet's got to be, but mine's a gigabyte, so it's like I don't even have to worry. So it'll do all the grunt work. So then if I want to record that game, first of all, if I want to record it, it's not using a lot of resources on my computer, is it? Because it's similar to running Netflix. You know, it's that sort of thing, you know, in the sense of it's not doing the work. The cloud's doing the work. There's no latency that I'm noticing, so people might worry about lag, your input delay and all that. I haven't had input delay. It's absolutely incredible. There was something else I was going to say there. Oh, I can't remember now. But either way, there's like 3 packages. So one package is absolutely free, so there's no harm in doing that. There might be a little advert before you start. If you do the ad-free one, you only get an hour, and then you'd have to, it'll log you out, and then you'd have to just launch the game again. But that's not costing you anything. So if you choose to do that, I think it's limited to 1080p, so only HD. So if you want to go higher resolution, you can't through that service. But again, it's a free way to access your catalog. So the only real caveat to GeForce Now is that you have to own the games. Now, there are alternatives. You could have PlayStation Plus, the premium subscription, and then you can actually stream the PlayStation catalog. It'll be at a lower resolution and things like that, and it's limited to the PlayStation Plus catalog, not the ones you own. Then you've got Xbox Cloud Gaming. Again, same thing. If you've got Game Pass, about £15 a month, you can stream the games, and it'll be a catalog of their games. And they're big games, and I think they started to implement it where some of the ones you own. But again, that's more for the console community, but it's still, you can play it on your computer and things. But for someone like me who has a huge catalog, I don't need their free games. I just want to be able to play my games in the most beautiful visuals and the highest frame rates, because that's the limitation of my laptop is frame rate. Because of the clock speed of the CPU, it hinders it all the time. So I've got these games that could look incredible, and they do look great at times on the laptop. And I've attached an ultra-wide monitor that has 180 hertz, so it can do 180 FPS on this monitor, and I can't get anywhere near it from my laptop. Right now, the cloud gaming is allowing up to 120 FPS, but this month in September, they're upgrading from an RTX 4080 to an RTX 5080. That's huge. And they're allowing the speeds up to 360, I think it is, FPS if you're on a 1080 screen. There's all these little variables now. So effectively, I'll be able to fully utilize my monitor. And it's really important, like for instance, if you are interested, is get in there early, because what it is, when they start rolling out updates, they limit how many members can be available for that service because they don't want to overpopulate it. So you might think, oh, I want it, and you can't even sign up to it. So I got it because I want to be able to record anyway. For me, £20 a month, it's not a huge amount. It's set like it's £1,500 to build a computer, or £20 a month. Over a year, it's £240. And it's doing the majority of the games that I want. That's a huge difference between the prices right now. Later on, it'd be nice to have a native system, but there's a benefit to this as well. It's just because I've got a gaming laptop, that's irrelevant. You don't need a gaming laptop because it's doing the grunt work. Like, for instance, I've got a MacBook that I use to do my books, or write my books and things. But I can literally just put the GeForce Now app on that, and I'll be able to stream the games in the same way they look on my laptop. You can have GeForce Now on your phone. So, okay, games don't get included with it, but if anyone goes on Steam, or you go to some websites where you can buy game keys, you make a Steam account or the other platforms on PC, and do it through your just normal computer. You don't have to have a powerful computer. Then you can just either buy the games directly from the stores or get the keys and attach them to that, so redeem them, and then log into GeForce Now, and you can stream it anyway. So you don't need a big computer for that. And it's not going to cost a lot to build a library anyway on PC, because the games are so cheap compared to console. But like I say, there's free at the moment, 3 tiers. One's free, the other one's £10 a month, the other one's £20 a month. So the £10 a month, I think you can play for 6 hours, up to 6 hours straight, and then it kicks you. On the Ultimate Edition, which one I've got, the £20, you get 8 hours and it kicks you, but I don't play for 8 hours. But it's really the performance of it as well, though. You get different, like, you can't guarantee the graphics performance of the mid-tier one, but it's usually quite good. Like, I had it last year, and it was running, I think, the 30, I don't know if it's the 3080 at the time. I can't remember what graphics card it was running, the main one. But either way, the mid-tier one was running a 2080, and it was more than fine. So I would expect now it's running a 3080 or something. So I don't think it's like high. It's usually a couple of generations behind, but you're getting it half the price effectively. So it depends on the performance you're expecting. For me, the difference between £10 and £20 isn't huge, and I'd rather have a situation where I can just have all the bells and whistles, and it looks and performs beautifully. So I'm going to go with that. And like I said, if you're going to compare that to building a computer, it's night and day, isn't it? At the moment, it's just crazy, the price. And you don't have to install the games. Literally, it just streams the games from the cloud. Like, literally, you attach ownership of the game. It knows you've got a license, and then it's almost like the game's already pre-installed on their servers. The whole library is pre-installed on their servers. So once you've got a key, which means you've got a license, it automatically knows because it's already connected to your accounts, and it just launches the game. I'm going to show it launching in a moment. There is a new thing coming in September. I'm not quite understanding it myself, and it's about you'll be able to install games on their servers. I'm hoping personally that I can get some of the PlayStation games that I own on PC, because I want to be able to record them, like The Last of Us and things. My computer's having a meltdown every time I try and record it. They'll play them, but it won't record them at the same time. It just shuts off. Absolute do me head in. But if I can get it on a streaming service, which at the moment is impossible, that would unlock an opportunity for me there. So I keep my fingers crossed. But hopefully people understand the differences here between what GeForce Now offers and what you can get with PlayStation Plus and Game Pass. So one is you already own the games and you get a premium service with absolutely incredible visuals. The others are a decent performance, and it'll be titles that they allow through their service that you're not paying for. You're just paying for the thing. But by the time, from my point of view, by the time you pay it, it's not much difference, is it? I don't need their examples of games. I'll just buy the game myself and have them permanently. So effectively, you've just got a PC on the go, or you've got it remotely where you're not putting so much strain on your system and stuff. And like I said, you can have it on your phone, you can have it on your laptops, you can have it on your desktop computer if you want to do it that way. If you've got apps, I don't know where else it all is, but you do a bit of research. So what we do, just quickly, briefly, before I show the games launching, is just go on the website. So we can see it here. They're saying the 5080 is coming. I just did a search figuring out how much the 5080 is. It ranges from about £950 all the way up to over £1,000. But I'm pretty sure they're one, because when I play the games, it tells me I've got 24 gigabyte of video RAM. About £1,000 ones online at the moment, ones to buy, they're the 16 gig model. So these are actually a higher tier bot model. So I'm not sure how much they cost. I'm guessing £1,500. But that's just for the graphics card. So think how much, if I was to buy this setup at home, you'd be in thousands. It'd be crazy. And you're literally paying £20 a month. And I'm thinking, yeah, that'll do me. You can't have access to every single game. It's down to licenses and whatnot. But I found when I went through my list of the games I've got installed currently on my computer, the majority of them, and I talk about the majority, about 70%, and of my main ones, they were available. It was mainly the PlayStation ones that weren't, which annoyed me because they're the ones I wanted to record. And I've been considering getting a capture card, but then it means relocating the PlayStation near my setup and things. I don't want to do all that crap. So if we can get it here, the alternative for me, of course, is because I've got PlayStation Plus anyway for the PlayStation, but it's not saying I have every month. But you can do remote play from your PlayStation and things like that. So there might be ways around it for me to record, but it won't be as beautiful as this. So we just go through it just quickly. 2,000 plus games. So GeForce Now connects to digital PC game stores, so you can stream the games you already own. Plus games purchases makes... So what they're saying is the ones you own, plus if you was to purchase any more on your platforms, it would sync. You have to manually go and sync, and I'll show that in a moment. Oh, well, I won't be able to show it too much, because what I've got, I'm mindful that I want to keep my accounts private. Sensible. So it says all your devices. GeForce Now instantly transforms your laptop, desktop, Mac, TV, Android device, iPhone and iPad into the powerful PC gaming rig you've always dreamed of. Like I say, I'm on the £20 Ultimate tier, which is going to have the 5080 very soon. Currently, it's the 4080, which is more than powerful. It was crazy. But you can do £10, or you can try the free. I tried the free one at one point just to test it out, and my God, it was so good. And I thought, that's great, considering it hasn't cost a penny. And it gave me live access to my... So let's say my laptop broke down, and you go, God damn it, I can't play any of my games. It's so frustrating. Well, you can join up to the free tier if you don't want to pay for the subscription, and you can still play your games. Ain't that cool? I think, anyway. So it says GeForce Performance. Our premium membership plans offer you fastest access to the highest performance GeForce RTX rigs for a high resolution, ultra low latency, and competitive experience. No game downloads. Say goodbye to large game downloads, updates, and patches. All GeForce Now games are always up to date, so you can spend less time waiting and more time gaming. It was something I was going to say there. I can't remember them. But anyway, yeah, so it literally means you don't have to store them on your computer. So this is an example of some of the games. They're quite high tier games, really. And they're just explaining, really, that the 5080 is coming to this, the Ultimate. Oh, that's what I was going to say. To be honest, at £20 a month, I'd pay more. And that's why I'm happy with it. You can get deals. Last year, I had it for 6 months, and I stopped using it in periods because I fluctuate. But it was half price for the year, like 60. It was like half the price for a year, or something like that, or half price for 6 months. It was a good deal. Anyway, so that's coming. But what it says here specifically is it will come up with it was something else specifically I noticed. They actually boasted about the performance. Yeah, there. Experience some amazing performance enhancements, like 2.8 times, so it's nearly 3 times the frame rate, which is what I discussed before. But it's also saying that it's nearly 3 times more powerful than the current generation consoles. That's what you're offering. So when you're streaming the PlayStation games through PlayStation Plus and things, it's not going to be. It's going to be a good experience, but it's not going to be as good as natively playing a PlayStation. Yet this cloud streaming through GeForce Now is literally on par with the consoles of PCs. And if anything, it's probably better than the majority of PCs because of the whole setup. If you think about it, it's got the CPU and it's got all the RAM. It's got all like high performance parts. This isn't just like a really high class graphics card with a low tier system. It's incredible. At the moment, the website's going through a maintenance, which I'm hoping is the 5080 upgrade. And I've been able to show you some specs because the spec sheets, I think it does show you something. I'm going to just try and get it here. Oh yeah, so I can show some information, not a lot. It's still not giving you the tiers. Before it shows you like the CPU. Well, it tells you here 16 thread. It's either 16 thread or 16 core CPUs, and then you've got 8 core. So I think they're cores. Anyway, so you've got 8 core CPU in the performance mode, which is £10 a month. You've got 16 in the Ultimate Edition, which is, and they're Ryzen CPUs. And the free editions comes with a 4-core CPU. It's literally got ads. The other two don't have ads. There's a queue time, so you might say I want to play, and there's too many on the free tier, so they don't. You've got to wait your turn. Bit frustrating. Not too long. I haven't noticed before. So that goes up to 1080. The mid tier goes up to 1440p, which is what I'm running at, but I'm at a quad. It's an ultra wide. So my tier can go up to 4K and up to 240 FPS. And it's got all the little bells and whistles like ultra wide support, but the mid tier does ultra wide too. You've got DLSS frame generation, which you only get with the Ultimate. That may change if the graphics card improves in the mid tier. But either way, I personally think that the highest tier is the best tier, obviously, but it just makes sense. Just trying to see. It does count with DLSS. I think this is the same thing. Jump straight to the front of the queue. So effectively, the queue system, if you've got the Ultimate, you're going to be the priority. So what we're going to do, we're going to come off this now, and we'll have a look. So I'm going to just show my Steamer library just briefly. I'm not going anywhere beyond. I'm trying to keep my privacy to a degree. But this is some of the games on my catalogue. Literally, I've made little folders for everything. I own a lot of games. Like I said, nearly 2,000 games. I own most of the first, like the main piece. So I've got a PlayStation folder here. Look, these are the I've got a PS5. Yeah, I've got a lot of PlayStation games on my PC as well. Of course, I'm missing some, but I just don't need them all, you know. But that's just some of the games I've got, you know, even Kingdom Come Deliverance, Hogwarts Legacy. Go further down, we've got Forza Horizon 4, Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not sure if that was on my PlayStation list. It should have been. Oh, I'm not going to go mental with it. But anyway, as you can see, like Red Dead Redemption 2, we've got Baldur's Gate, Starfield. You name it, I've probably already got it within reason. Cyberpunk, whatnot. So then we go, so you think, okay, I own most of the top tier games. That was what I was getting at. And the fact that I already own them means I'm not really relying on needing a subscription service that provides games. I just need access to my games in the most beautiful glory. That's kind of what I want. So what we do, we'll have a little look. Go in settings. So if we go in settings a minute, account, system, gameplay. This is what we want. So we want gameplay. Server, it says United Kingdom. I didn't know anything about that, so I've not looked before. But here is where you're really important, because when I first got this set up, I didn't know how to set it. I didn't set it all up perfectly, so I think I was getting lower frame rates and all sorts of things. So here you'd say what the resolution. Mine's ultra wide, so I've changed it to ultra wide. You can pick between them all here. And then your frame rate at the moment is 120 FPS, 60 FPS, 30. I've chose 120. Once they roll out this 5080 upgrade, that will then spike all the way up to, I think, 240. Which, other than if they offer me 180, I'll do that because my monitor's capped at 180. But that'd be pretty fun for me, away from recording, because recording I'm limited to 60. So there's no point me pushing the games beyond 60. But anyway, that's that. And then we come back into the game situation. So there's favourites. If I've clicked a little heart on a game just to make it easy for me to find, this is my library. So this is everything that they know from syncing my accounts that I know I have. But they'll also show, they'll do on different pieces. For instance, they'll say PC Game Pass. So if you subscribe to Game Pass, which is a PC only version, is a lot cheaper than, well, it's half the, it's a £10 a month at the moment that I know of, I think. and I think the main one on console all round is £15. But you don't need to pay the extra fiver, because if you've got PC Game Pass, you can then stream the library anyway, and that gives you access to a lot of games, doesn't it? Straight out of the box. So you could do it in unison. You could pay for the thing there, but don't forget, if you, this is how I would do it personally. If you, it depends if you've got a game console. Let's say you don't have an Xbox and you want Game Pass, you can do the £10 a month Game Pass, and then you could do the £10 a month tier for GeForce Now and have access to the PC version of the games and be able to customize the graphics and performance and things. You're not limited. Or, so that, if you did the £10 tier, that was what I'm saying. But I would personally do the 20, but then it's £30 a month overall with Game Pass plus that. But let's say you did mid-tier, £10, 20. Or you can do the £15 a month Game Pass and let them stream it for you, and you'll have access to some console-only version of games as well. But again, it's up to people what they want to do. But this opens up two sides, doesn't it? Game Pass and access to your current library. It does show new releases somewhere. I just can't figure it out. This is showing some of the platforms themselves, like, and the publishers. They normally have. And it does keep you up to date with sales. And I think that's linked to actual places where they're selling the games, not rather than them selling the games. We do my library, so let's see all. So these are all the games that I currently have. So what it's saying here at the top is 572 games out of 2,337. So it's saying across my libraries, I own 2,337 games. But currently, GeForce Now provides access to 572. So effectively, maybe 25% of my games. But again, some of the games are fodder anyway. They're going to be like cheap rubbish games. So we look around, you think, what's available then? So I could do last played, but we could do most popular. Most popular could be interesting. Like, what are other people playing? It's gone free for all, to be honest. It's not gone good, is it? Relevance? Let's see what else comes up. All right, forget it. Let's just do last played. Last added? Yeah. They'll do it. I don't know. I thought I had it on last played. Oh yeah, last played. Why don't we do last played? I don't know. Anyway, so we've got like Star Wars games, we've got Diablo 4, Assassin's Creed, Forza Horizon, Watch Dogs, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Cyberpunk, Witcher 3, we've got Expedition 33, I recently acquired that. Some more Watch Dogs games, Tomb Raider, Starfield, Guardians of the Galaxy, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. We even added Euro Truck and American Truck, which is pretty cool. I don't know about the DLCs, how that works. Train Sim World 5, anyway. Borderlands series, Gears of War, you know what I mean? So there's access to a lot of games, strategy, everything in terms of like genres. So what we do just to get it running, because I just want to show it now. I've got to just turn my controller on. So I use a PlayStation 5 controller, like this, my blue one. I've got an Xbox Series X blue one too. So you see me launching. This is why I want to do it this way, so you can actually see it active and you can see how good it looks. And I might try a couple of games so you can see, hopefully be able to see really what I'm talking about. Let's just do Return. Let's do my Jedi Fallen Order. It's going to mess my save up probably because I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do a recording of it all, but it doesn't matter. We'll just play it. So we'll see how long it takes to launch this game. So this is now launching it off of the server through the cloud server now. This has got nothing to do with my hardware. I do have this game physically installed actually, but some of them I don't. I don't have Outlaws installed on my computer at all. So we'll wait and see. This one I think has to open. So this most of the services it launches directly. This one it has to launch EA Play. So I'm not sure how that will work. I don't know if you'll be able to access your EA Play games without a PC. I'm not sure if you can, because I think that's one where they don't provide just a direct license. It has to actually know it's in your account, because it actually launches EA Play before it launches the game. It's really strange. I'd have thought it'd be launching by now. Let me just have a look. It's not doing anything. That is weird. But no, I've had it can be a bit slower with that. Why is that not launching? That is weird. Wonder if it's because I've got Steam open. Shouldn't be. I mean, I just want to play that. I may need to open the EA app, I'm guessing. See what it does. Let me just shut Steam. Yeah, there's a problem. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what's happening. Where it says on their website it's doing maintenance, it might not be streaming games. The app might be down. GeForce Now might be down. I think it's down while they do their updates. Now, from my understanding is the games are tied, so the graphics cards are assigned. So let's say a game hasn't got a 5080 update or isn't going through it might still launch. I don't expect it to. We'll try it. Yeah, quit. Yeah. Let's see if we can get this one working. I think they're getting their updates. I think we're getting the 5080. So although it could be an inconvenience, it's just not a bad inconvenience if we get that. But if we can't get these working, you'll see the recent games I've added to my YouTube channel. I was literally doing all of them were with the GeForce Now, all the Star Wars games. I literally use GeForce Now. They look absolutely stunning. We seem to be having, I think the maintenance. It doesn't normally do all this. So what I might do is, it's going to be annoying because I don't want to. It's a hassle for me because if I do one recording, I can just upload a recording. If I do two recordings back to back and then I try and put them together, it's like a whole process for me to use a video editor then to put them together and then I have to render it, which takes time and it's a pain. And it's not something I particularly enjoy. I hate video editing. And I wouldn't even be editing. I'll just be putting the files next to each other. I'll make sure the correct FPS, make sure it's the same resolution and whatnot, and then encode. But because they're big files and the quality of the files, it would just be a pain in my ass. Yeah, it's maintenance. Right, wait, I'm just going to do a little search. So what I was doing there, I was just having a little look online just to see if there's any issues at the moment. And on the NVIDIA's own website, it's reporting that everything's fine, which is weird because when you go on the membership page, it says it's currently undergoing maintenance, and I can't seem to be launching. We'll try. Let's just try it again quickly, see if it does anything. Because I was actually looking, and it says 4080s are assigned to certain each region at the moment. So I don't know if they have done the upgrade. Well, this is better. Yeah, it looks better now. And bear in mind, this is I haven't even got this game installed at all on my computer. This literally isn't even installed at all. Yeah. So let's see how it gets on. I'm not if there's any performance glitches now. Like if it starts stuttering, it'll be at my end rather than this. It shouldn't do it, to be totally honest. So move the mouse. So as you saw, we've clicked it in the app. It's launched itself directly. And we'll go in settings. Hopefully it'll show the 4080. My laptop's got an RTX 3070. So if it says 4080, of course, it's not my setup, is it? It's the streaming. So what we're trying to look here is well, obviously, I don't suppose you can see the latency. I'm not sure we're going to be able to see reaction times. But you'll see the fluidity, hopefully, and the graphics. Right, let's go graphics. Let's see if we can get any settings. Advanced graphics. It might be an advanced. Let's have a look. It might not even show us. I'm sure one of the settings somewhere did show us. Video. It might do it here. Try and look on the right hand side, really. Well, okay. Well, it's not showing us the graphics card, weirdly enough. I thought it would do. But as you can see, we're running it on Ultra, which my laptop is not going to run it on Ultra. And eventually, we're going to get the 5080, like I said. Even this, like Shadows, I'd never even think about having half of this on an Ultra. We may turn it down if it starts to go too mental. We'll see how it copes. So we're going to resume. Again, let's see how let's see what it looks like visually, of course, but also how it performs. And this is going to it's going to do the same thing on anybody's setup, whether you're on a phone, whether you're on a laptop, whether you're on a tablet, whether you're on a desktop computer. But like I said, I think the only caveat it may be EA games, because I think you need the app. And it might be why it weren't launching. Don't know how long it normally takes. Right, let's have a look. Now, bear in mind, we've got it all whacked up as high as you can get it on it. Most attributes, you know, ultra crazy stuff. My laptop would not be running this on ultra, I can kid you not. I don't want to do too much because I'm trying to do a recording series on this game. Yeah, I don't want to do too much. Let's see if we can go up a bit. What's the way out? Don't know my way around, to be totally honest.
This must be Crimson Dawn territory.
But the reality is, let's say you've got Game Pass or you've got PlayStation Plus. You're not playing this game on there. It's not on those services yet. But if you own it and you get a decent price, you've got the service, you can stream it, you know. Like I say, we're playing this on the highest settings. So even if there is stutter or not, half of it's unnecessary. Like we don't need everything on Ultra. It's just crazy. That was there. But if we go on the actual main settings, it's like Ultra on density. It doesn't make a difference. You start loading things to... Oh, yeah. This makes it easier. Here, finally. It was under this. If we look to the right-hand side here, you can see NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080. I've got a 3070 in my laptop, which is only 8GB VRAM. This has 24GB VRAM. So this is way above what my laptop can do. And now we're going to get 5080s as well. So like it's turning my laptop into a beast. So you've seen that running. Let's just come out of this. We can quickly try it. Go back to desktop. Yeah, we don't need to save it. And then we'll quickly try. I don't really want to have to launch everything, to be totally honest. I think that's why the game didn't work last time, because it's got to launch things. Right, we come out of this one. Like my favourites. Assassin's Creed Shadows. You got that there. We've got all sorts of stuff. Even Jedi Fallen Order. I don't think we're going to get a Fallen Order working, to be honest. It really is a shame that it needs the EA app to play to work in unison. We'll see if it launches. Oh, wait a minute. We might... Yeah, see the bottom left. Oh, you can't see it. It says top left for some... Yeah, bottom left, it says EA app. And then what it'll do, it'll force me to click play on the left side, which is why I don't think this would work on a tablet. It will close... It won't show all my library. It'll only show that one game. Yeah. But at least we know it's going to work. So, okay, there's a little bit of a delay in launching the game, I guess. But it's not like big delay, is it? It's like once you're in, you're in. Not the end of the world. But again, we're going to be playing this at a far superior quality than you're going to get on any on the game consoles, let alone their streaming services. So this is going to look better on this streaming than it will look natively on a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, and even the PS5 Pro, I would assume as well. Oh, wait, what's this? It's giving So effectively, it's opening my app at the same time. It's not launching the game from my app, but it's... How'd you get rid of that? For the love of God, I can't get rid of that. That doesn't normally happen. That's stupid. God damn. Oh, I bet it shuts the game now. Oh, thank God. So I think I might have accidentally shut the app. But again, it's going to, once it's loaded, the games should load quite quick because we're running off their servers. So let's see. I'm not going to do too much here because, again, I'm trying to do a playthrough on my YouTube account. So what I don't want to do is like get halfway through a level and it's like, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be there. The last time I saved it, we was back there. So effectively, we're on the ship. We've just landed on the planet. Right, let's have a look. Why is it doing that? Wait a minute. I just want to know why it's doing this. I do worry because the one thing with PC, if you've got Steam running in the background, I've had that before, it starts doing downloads and installs, starts using all your computer power, and it does interfere. But this game looks absolutely incredible when you're doing all the things.
What are you looking at? Who are you talking
So what we do... Oh, I can't get back on the ship at the minute, no?
The Manus? Good name, right?
Oh, yeah, we can. So this is the ship. It's quite beautiful. Have a little look around. We'll have a look in a minute what settings I'm running at. And again, I'm able to record this so effortless. If you like looking at my setup now, normally it's using everything and I'm getting encoder overload. If I'm recording this natively on my laptop, like run it on my laptop, record on my laptop's having an explosion. Now in OBS at the bottom corner it says I'm using 4.4% of my CPU. So like literally it's not even it's like having a freaking Netflix running. That's what my computer thinks is happening. That level. So it's crazy, isn't it? So we'll do, we'll just come off this quick. It's annoying how slow he walks once he's on it. But I love the transitions in space and that, but that's specifically the game rather than worrying about the performance. So what we do, we have a little look at settings I'm running. So video, I think I turned them down slightly from Epic because there was no need and the stress was just ridiculous. But don't forget, we're getting a graphics card upgrade soon, so you might be able to just turn everything on like a nutcase. 60 FPS, I don't know what it goes up to. It does go up to 144, but because I record at 60, that's why I'm keeping it at 60. What we could do for the sake of this, we could just whack it up, see what happens. Oh no, I'll do it on 120 because my monitor's limited to 180 and the integers wouldn't make sense. So we do 120 now. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. So just showing, we really will, what we're looking for is the performance and the graphics.
What do we find?
Let's get our lightsaber out. Now, if you've got Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, I'm pretty sure this game's included. So you would be able to stream them on that service. What it looks like, I've got no idea. But I think this is pretty cool. When is a lightsaber not cool?
Okay, I'll look.
But I've got to get on. Again, it's going to mess my save up. I don't want to play too much. What we do for one last thing, I'll try and come up with a game that's different. Because so far we've done 2 Star Wars games. Quit to desktop, yeah. So we've launched 2 games, 2 different ways of launching them. Get rid of that. We don't need it anymore. Don't need that. Yes. So that closes that one down. So effectively, it is launching through a third party, but most of the time not the app. But EA it is the app. So why don't we try something a bit simple? Let's have a look. I mean, we could even try Shadows. I mean, Shadows would be a perform. I was going to do Forza Horizon, but is it worth testing that one? You know what? Let's do Shadows. I've not launched it for me. I don't know if I've ever. If I have, it a while ago. Let's see what happens. Because Shadows, I think, is quite a beautiful game, to be totally honest. But like I say, the only thing missing is PlayStation games. I'm really frustrated. Like, I own the games, so I should be able to just access them in the same way I would natively on my computer. It's not asking, they're not providing me the game. I bought the game. But anyway, let's not digress. It's just there are going to be certain instances where a specific game you like might not be on the service, and it's kind of like you just have to accept it because it's got most others. But yeah, like I say, if you've got PlayStation Plus, you could stream some anyway. But the quality would be nothing like this. So it's launched it in the same way you'd think it's launching it off my computer. It wouldn't be any different. It's not any slower, is it? The way this is launched is definitely no slower than my computer. And hopefully we'll be able to get in the settings the information as well.
Press X to enable narration.
Ugh. Oh, wait a minute. I think part of the problem with streaming is you may not have access to your save. But that is similar to if you was on, like I've done it myself. If you play PlayStation Plus, your save isn't there anymore. Like you will have a different save file. There might be a way around it. So if you was to find where the saves are located, you may be able to put them in the right place. What's he doing?
This beach belongs just to you. It doesn't exist out in the world. Everything you see here is from the past. Your past. One of your ancestors visited this place long ago, forever writing.
It's definitely lost my save.
The fabric of your DNA. Animus ego unlocks these genetic memories for you. To sense. Wander. And connect.
It's pretty good because it's flashbacks to the old games, you know, when you've got like Odyssey, Origins.
By these past lives, honed into who you are today.
I don't like the Animus side of these games.
Begins through these ancestral memories.
Come on, mate.
Perspective on what makes you you.
Just play.
Streams are activating now.
Erase self-doubt.
I'll pick the worst game here.
Weakness. Give yourself the confidence to conquer the world.
I've never liked the Animus side of these games. It bores the shit out of me. So when they force you to go do this, you can't even skip it. It's just painful. Yeah, just play, mate. Oh, continue. Oh, that's the great thing about Ubisoft. Give a credit to that. This isn't a GeForce Now thing. It's an Ubisoft thing. So Ubisoft have a great way of cloud saves. So if you play on a PlayStation, for instance, you've got the game and you've got it on PC or Xbox, you can just pick up where you left off. And I love that. Oh, that's a game saver, that. So let's have a look. What are we running? Let's see what the graphics are before we start trying it out. Let's have a look. Where are we going with it? No, it's the store. Crap. How'd you go over that side? System? Options. Hopefully it'll tell us the graphics. I mean, yeah, even if you look at the VRAM budget there, like I said, my laptop's an 8GB card. That's 24 gig. Might not tell us the name of the card. I mean, this has got everything on the highest settings you could get. The overall preset, ultra high. That's outrageous. Even with ray tracing. Now, I'm expecting some hiccups. If we're going to have ray tracing on ultra, that's mental. My laptop wouldn't even be going near that. And we're not even touching the VRAM. Look. How the hell is it going nowhere near the VRAM? This is actually mental. So, okay. We're up in the air. It looks like it's performing pretty beautiful. I've got no idea the FPS right now, though. How do you jump off? Because normally you jump off, don't you? Nope, dead. Crap. She normally jumps into things. I don't know. So let's have a look. We'll see how it runs. Bear in mind, we're playing Ultra and ray tracing is on maximum. Give me yours. Right, yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a little exploration quick. We'll try. I don't know. I can't remember the buttons though. So if there's combat, I may have a problem. But we want to see how fluid it is, don't we? Province discovered. Level 18. I don't think I'm level 18. So that's going to be fun. Okay. So that's looking pretty cool. Let's have a little look. See if we can get down there. So open world games can be CPU demanding. So they can cause me a bit of issue on my system. Well, if this doesn't wiggle left much longer, I'm going to just jump over the fence. Because we want to get down. Here we go. We're in town now. Discovered Osto Upper District. So again, we want to just check. Obviously, the graphics look incredible. I don't want to go too far out of town because it kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Are these little rice fields or something? I don't know what they are. Let's go to that little temple thing on the end there. Yeah, I'm not noticing any degradation as we go through over the town centres. We'll do dismount. Let's have a look how she moves. What about climbing? Don't worry, mate. Leave me alone. Looking nice. It is. Do you see what I mean? Like you're paying £20. I'm paying £20 a month, and I've got a premium access to my content. You could say, "What's the point? You can play it on there." And yeah, it might run okay on my laptop, although it's probably burning it out and making the life expectancy shorter. But also, it's not at its full glory. It's not like having. It's like going. It's the equivalent of having a. Think of my laptop as a PS5, although it's probably more powerful. And then consider this like a PS5 Pro, even though it's way more powerful than a PS5 Pro. But it's like you're going, if you think of it in terms of PC sense, it gives you access to its glory, like what the game should look like and perform like, you know? And I think for £20 a month, yeah, that's worth it. And like I said, you're not getting a degradation. You'd think the bitrate would be low or something, and you'd see pixelations, because you naturally would think that. High intensity gaming, the raw power on their side, maybe on our side, we don't get to see it, how it's being processed. And I am not seeing pixelations or anything. You've got degradation in the bitrate. But like I said, I've got a fast internet anyway, but this is crazy to me. The only limitation that I understand, which wasn't there before, so when I had this a year ago, I've stopped for about a year because I've not needed it. But now I need it for certain things, and now I'm probably just going to keep it from now on until I can build a computer, because it's not a lot of money. The only limitation now is you only have access to 100 hours a month. And from my understanding, 15 hours, if you've got any left over, your 15 hours can carry over. But you can pay a little extra for more hours. And I think that's a bit mad. But then I'm thinking, like, it depends how much gaming you do on a consistent basis. I'm thinking, I don't think I'd even use 100 hours anyway. I was doing the maths. Even if you did 2 hours a day, I'm not even sure I've done the maths right anyway. If you did 2 hours a day, from my understanding, it's about 60 hours a month. And maybe there's a day where you do a few more. I still don't think you'd reach 100. So, and even if I reached 100, it'd make me think about it next month. Like, what games do I genuinely want to run through this cloud service? And then how much could just run through my laptop? Because you'd naturally just throw everything at the cloud because of the performance and the graphics. But my laptop can still run most games anyway on a lower setting, but I can't record. So I just find a balance. Anyway, hopefully this has been helpful to people. Like I said, there's different tiers. You've got the free tier, the middle tier, and the top tier. It's just that I just think between them, you might as well just go top. while it's available, because like I said, there's going to be a queue for that soon. Because I had it last time, I come off of it when I had it last time, and I thought about I might join again, and then it wasn't that I was definitely going to join again, but when I thought about it, it was grayed out. You couldn't even do it. They weren't taking any new subscribers, and I thought, what? What's that? What sort of service is that? How can you turn customers down? But they will, because they can't. They don't want to max out their capacity. So, yeah, look at this. Oh, I didn't know you can do that. That's pretty cool. But look how great this looks. I mean, we just do it a little bit more now. I'll just run around a little bit, because I could turn it off now. But then why not just show the performance a little more? Because again, let's not forget we're running this on the freaking highest settings you can think of. Okay, I'm not playing 4K. I'm playing 4040p. But that's still enough, you know, especially when you consider what we're running at. Oh, frame rate target 60. Let's see if we can go higher. Let's try and push it. Oh, wait. 180. The game can do 180, but the service only offers me 120 at the minute, doesn't it? So we'll do 120 and see what happens. See if it goes more fluid. I don't think recording-wise it'd be noticeable, though. Well, it might stutter now because we're pushing it too hard. I don't know. Feels fluid to me. Whoosh. Whoosh. But again, let's have a little look while we're here. Settings. Let's just go through the settings one more time, because we know we've just done 120 there. So 21:9, so ultra wide monitor. The resolution's, you know, pretty much ultra wide, 1440p. It's got dynamic resolution on, so that's interesting, but I'm not noticing anything. Motion blur, I'd usually turn that off. I don't like it in general. Overall preset, ultra high. Ray tracing quality, very high, which is quite nuts, because I don't normally have ray tracing on at all, because of the demands it places. Ultra high on shadows. Everything's ultra high or high. Ultra high, ultra high, ultra high. Yeah, it's crazy. But, yeah. Anyone knows anything that about gaming and settings and stuff, that's wild. Like, you literally, apart from resolution, you couldn't demand more of the game. There's no setting you can put on any more apart from turn it into 4K. But my panel is 1440, so why would I need 4K? I've had a 4K monitor before that's 60 Hz, limited to 60 Hz. And yeah, it looks a little bit sharper, but not enough. There's not enough difference worth the sacrifice to graphics, like in terms of the performance. And I prefer ultra wide. So I'd much rather have an ultra wide 1440p than a normal size panel at 4K. And the ability to have higher frame rates, of course. I don't know if that's pixelated in the background there as we get towards the trees. It might be, it could be graphic or it could be pixels. Hard to know. Depends how picky you are. I'm really not sure. But I think the more you stop, the faster the better the graphics. So if we look at that tree over there to the left, the smaller one, if we stop, I think they sharpen up. I'm really not sure. But me personally, I mean, I'm not someone that stares at things like that all day long. You know, I'm more focused on my character running around. And the performance is mental. You know, I mean, I'm just really excited. It's only 20 quid a month. It's not like get life changing, is it? Like I said, I'd pay more within limit, but I think like 30 odd quid a month for what it's offering. Over £2,000 computer. Like it's probably more like £3,000 computer. Probably more than that even. And you're getting it for £20 a month. You know, yeah, that's good. But like I said, the limitation is that not every single game is available. But they are doing a thing with, I think it's specifically with Steam, where you can install games that are not part of their catalog. So the ones that are part of their catalog, from my understanding, are pre-installed on their servers. But in September, they were giving us more power with graphics card from a 4080 to a 5080. And you'll get per session 100 gigabyte limit for installing games. So if you've got games on your account or something and you think, I want to play that, I'm not sure if every game on your Steam will work like that. But let's say it is allowed. Let's say it's over 100 gig. You obviously won't be able to install it. But you can pay a little bit extra. I think it's £3 for a little bit more, £8 for another tier. Oh, of course, it starts to add up. But those games, for instance, I don't know what it is. I think it's like £15 a month extra or something. I'm not sure exactly. You can have 1 terabyte storage that's persistent. So instead of having to install it every time, you have a terabyte of storage that's defined for you, and you can install it, and you won't have to go through the installation again. So there's things like that. So that's something I'm going to keep my eye on, because if I can get, like I said, the PlayStation games I own installed, then I'll look into doing that, because that's a game changer. Because the alternative for me is a capture card. I don't want a capture card. I don't want to do all that crap. This is the alternative to a capture card, to me. And like I said, it's really doing nothing to my system. I'm literally recording. It says CPU 4.7%. It's literally my computer. It's cold. My laptop's cold. It's usually burning like a freaking. I could cook bacon on it normally. Yeah, so it's pretty mad, isn't it? That this is all running on that. Now we turn it off. Although I might start playing it again, to be totally honest. I started playing it, and now I'm going to save it. Started playing it, and now I feel like playing it again. Oh, I'll do a new save. Is it? It's probably wise. Because don't forget, it shares saves with the other platforms. So look, see, that's how you got the juggedy edges. That's the GeForce Now background. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So if anyone's thinking like, oh, you know what, I can't record or stream because my computer can't handle it, have a look at this. It's the perfect alternative to game capture. So it obviously looks like there's more games than there is, because it's showing different categories. But the main one you want to go in is your library. First of all, my library, yeah, because these are the games that are on my library. If you get rid of my library, so if I click here up top, it should just then show every game in their catalogue that's available, so you know what ones to buy if you want it to work. Yeah. Now we're at every game. So instead of last played, let's go relevance, or let's go most popular now. Out of all games on their thing. So obviously I can't access games I don't have a license to. So if you go on like Path of Exile, I don't own it. So now you can click one of these and then you'd sync it to the account. So I'll click that and then it'd want to prove that I definitely own it. And it would go through its own thing. So you have to authenticate. The other one is top sellers. There was one where it says recently added. I thought they normally used to have it. I'm not seeing it now. They usually have a bit where they like just added the game, so you can sort of keep track of it. No, I don't know why. Of course, they do this little promoting thing at the top here as well, where they advertise certain games to show the ones that really use bigger games that are available on the service. So, I mean, that's another one I would like to get at some point, Indiana Jones. So, let's say I've got Game Pass, for instance. I could stream Indiana Jones through this one instead of Game Pass's thing, or I can buy it on Steam and then just play it and then just play it through here. But like I say, it's just it's an alternative in different ways, But for me, it makes recording a bit easier as well. But I think the service is pretty great. And it's up to people like what they want from it, Like I said, this tier here, the 3 tiers free, obviously. Performance right now in the UK is £10 a month. And then the ultimate, the one I've got, is another £10 a month. So it's £20 a month. But I'm not saying that one won't be good enough for the average person, because performance might be. And the fact that it's capped at 60 FPS really ain't a big deal, because if you're recording, you don't want to go above 60 anyway. But you don't have DLSS frame generation and things like that, and you won't have the highest end setup. So I just think if you've already committed £10, like me personally, again, it depends how much you're going to use it, but if you've already committed £10, it's a no-brainer just to pay another £10 and have the best performance you could possibly dream of. That's just logical, isn't it? Because if you're getting it in the first place, you want the best experience, don't you? So you can't pay for a mid-tier performance and then complain it's not the best experience when the best experience is top tier. Anyway, that's my thoughts really on it. Oh yeah, they've done it now. Well, they've got it working. So this is it now. This is what we wanted. So you can do 6-month plans. You can do 1-month plans or day passes. Day pass is good if you want to test it out, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's too expensive. Like my ultimate plan's costing £20 a month. If you want it for 1 day, it's £8. That makes no sense at all. So literally, I mean, 8, 16. For 3 days on day passes, it'll cost you more than a month that I have. It's just stupid. Even to test it out, there's no point. If you're going to pay £8 to test Ultimate for a day, you might as well just pay the £10 and do the premium one, the middle tier, for the month. In my opinion, yeah, I don't get it. If you really want to test service out, the premium one is £4 for a day. But again, I just think if you do a day, do the month. Makes no sense. So the free one obviously is free. It says that ad supported. The performance, like I said there, is limited to 1440p. It's fine though. And then it's 8-core CPU, £10 a month. Short queue times. It's a little queue to get in. Sometimes I haven't had that really. 6-hour sessions. But again, I don't play bursts like that, to be honest. It doesn't mean you can't log in again. So once the 6 hours is up, if you've used it, if you get to the end and it kicks you off, you can just relaunch it again and it's fine. I think it's just to stop people from keeping things on pause and things and using up the bandwidth. And then the ultimate one that I've got, like I said, is £20 a month, up to 240 FPS, but that's going to increase soon. And the shortest queue times, 8-hour session lengths. Instead of 6 hours, you've got an extra 2 hours, but you're still both capped at 100 hours a month. I think the free one, from my understanding, there is no cap per month on the free one, and you've got a few other little extras with the ultimate. But for me, monthly is better because you can do 6 months on my ultimate, and it costs you £100. Actually, yeah. That's where it confuses you because you actually think a year. So if you're paying £100 for 6 months, let me just do the maths: 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Yeah, you get a month free every 6 months. So over the course of the year, you maybe get 2 months free. So you could, but I don't see the point. I just think I would rather pay 20 quid than 100 and just commit because I can quit when I want or that. You're just taking it a month by month basis. If there's a price increase, the 6 month will work out. But either way, you're going to get hit by it eventually. I would just do the monthly payment myself. Definitely wouldn't do day pass. It's a waste of money. It's too expensive. And they've done it on purpose, of course, to do that because then it forces people to do the proper service rather than let people dip in and out. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. People can investigate themselves. I get nothing from showing this. I'm literally just showing it because I'm excited about it. As you can see, it's performing great for me. And I think it's a great alternative to building your own setup if you haven't got the finances, resources, or even the space to do that and things. I mean, space probably ain't the issue, but anybody that knows anything about building a computer, unless you've got the finances, it is prohibitively expensive. And especially when you start wanting to add a really nice graphics card because they've got out of this world. And especially when they're upgrading it to a 5080 now, it's like, wow. And the price isn't even going up at the moment. They've even announced that they're not bringing the price up. Again, the price could improve and increase in the future. But until I build one myself, I would even go up to £30 a month at this rate. So at the moment, I've got this and I've got PlayStation Plus because I'm on PlayStation, but I really don't care about the PlayStation Plus. So even if I had to lose PlayStation Plus myself to fund this service on its own, I would. Because I think that's how much I think it's worth it. But yeah, the price is going to be subjective to an individual, isn't it? But if you're looking at price performance, I don't think you can even argue. It's just crazy. But again, it's going to come down realistically to what games you have in your library. If you've only got 2 games in your library, that's all the games you own, you might think, well, this isn't worth it. And I can understand that. When you've got as many games as I've got, it makes absolute sense to want to play them in their absolute best performance and graphics quality and all those things. And when you're limited by the hardware that you currently have, and other people maybe are playing that game or experiencing it in a better way than you can, it doesn't seem fair, really, does it? And it's like you feel like you're not getting the full experience, even though you're getting a good experience. But with this service, for that £20 a month, it gives me the full service. And it's like, I know I can whack all these settings up and it's a dream. Anyway, that's my take on GeForce Now.